running out of airtime can happen to anyone. The next time you recharge, simply dial *161# to get going again.
On the next episode of
Katubadde mu kkubo nga tuva kuziika banange nnyo ntane nnuma nze kwe kugamba
ebiseera ebisinga obungi tuwulira abayimbi bava wano ne bagenda e Bulaaya okuba show n'agenda nti yagenze ku tour Europe ku mulundi guno tufunye Baganda Boys ba Twins
zimbonyabonyeza ssente
nga bali ku show ezimu e Bulaaya nga bakubira abantu ab'enjawulo nga batuwulira ne kiki kye bayiseemu okutuuka we bali era na biki bye bakoze.
Omuganda ayimirireko ne orchestra tubabuulire ekyewaffe
nga batuwulira ne kiki kye bayiseemu okutuuka we bali era na biki bye bakoze.
kati katutandikiraawo Mukaabya tasobola kukola Arakeri kyakola ate ne Arakeri ne bwabazinira ku mpiso tasobola kukola Mukaabya kyakola.
Ku ssaawa 4:30 koona ne NTV ngeri yemu Jovela Lutaaya atwegasseeko ne New Eagles ayina abaana abapya bya sayiniza abayimbi abalungi abayimbi abakabi byonna agenda kuba abitulaga. Ssaawa 4:30 koona ne NTV Miles wa Miti twegatteko muwandika ekigambo koona leka wakabanga wandika mubakabo erinnya lyo wawo osinzidde oweze ku 65.
At Orange, we know that running out of airtime can happen to anyone. That's why we bring you Wetase. Simply dial *161# to get going again. Convenience changes with Orange. Today changes with Orange.
Too ready, man. Yeah, we're more than ready because the place is already loaded.
Girl, you take my breath away.
Take my breath away.
I wanna love you night and day.
Yeah, see you on stage, you know.
Wait for we on stage, you know.
Are you ready for Radio and Weasel?
Ladies and gentlemen,
The long-awaited duo Radio and Weasel then appeared in style, starting the show with their gospel ballad. And yes, gone are the days of using CD recordings for the concert. Their music has proven that it can stand the test of time and has the amazing ability of cutting across all ages, as clearly indicated by the audience that turned up for the concert.
Katitiri could dare to decide, cause it's yes on my side. Baby, bye, Holy Muruji, no, Papi wako, Namatanenganywa.
I'm a cancer when you came back come where.
I say, yeah, every little thing I do.
Radio and Weasel are proof that a group can stay together and achieve great musical heights. Radio's mellow voice and Weasel's rough host voice seems to have a connecting effect that just makes their music soothing to the
For you, me pump to you. I will work for you, I die for you. I will save for you, I fight for you. Everything I do, I dare do for you. Oh.
That's something I've been wanting to tell you. Oh.
The duo is undeniably at the height of their music careers, and not even gravity can pull them down. And that's all we had for you this week on Login. I hope you had an awesome time just like I did. I remain Annie, and a big thanks to the entire Login crew. Take care of yourselves and each other.
NTV, turning on your world.
Program Guide.
Sights and Sounds is brought to you.
We went to the movies. I forgot my wallet, but my brother sent me money.
I pretended not to notice.
Every day was a celebration.
Sights and Sounds is brought to you.
We went to the movies. I forgot my wallet, but my brother sent me money.
I pretended not to notice.
Every day was a celebration.
Street Live in association with
We have fun time. Fun all the time.
Business eno njimazemu emyaka 10. Ebirungi byenfunye mu business eno omusajja wange yandekera abaana naye kati business eno enyambye okukuza abaana paka abaana kukula bonna bakuze bazadde business yange enyimirizawo okulyandya bulungi nebaka bulungi kale n'abaana bange beeyagalanga banne taata waawe kale era tesiri bubi business enye enyimirizaawo era ndi kumpi nakumaliriza poloti.
We have fun time. Fun all the time.
And the change of government won't stop a thing. I've run out of fingers counting the number of multinationals setting up here.
What about the 3 companies that announced their plans to launch last week?
I say they're shopping. Me, I'd be looking to sell.
At what price?
More. Much, much more.
I don't know who you are or how you know these things, but one thing I'm sure of, you're in the wrong job. Here, call me tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'd like to hear more from you.
Are you ready for your big break? The East African, understanding the region.
NTV, turning on your world.
afternoon and welcome to our lunchtime newscast NTV at 1. We'll start with the headlines. Health consumers ask for an additional 63 billion shillings to address non-wage issues in the health sector. Stick to the law and avoid hate speech. Electoral Commission warns nominated candidates for the LUWERO district by-elections. And hundreds killed in a Boko Haram attack in Nigeria's northeast as police offers $300,000 for information leading to the rescue of more than 200 schoolgirls. Good to have you with us. I'm Rachel Arinitwe-Mwine. Now, an early morning fire has destroyed part of Endeavour Market along the railway road. Even though the fire brigade made it to the scene shortly, a lot of property had been burnt.
Eyewitnesses say the fire started at about midnight. Some of the traders were still in the area.
Omuliro gwatandikidde kudduka okumpimpi nga tusuubira okuba nti kiyinza okuba nga kyavudde ku masannyalaze naye omuliro gwagezezzaako kukozesa sipiidi mu ddakiika nga 10 gwabadde gulabika nga obuyumba nga 3 gutandise okuba nga gubusaanyizzaawo.
These people from the fire brigade, they done a great job. I've never seen that so far. Actually, I'm happy.
Wood, fridges, television sets and mattresses are some of the property that was destroyed.
So we have that minister for disaster. I wish if he could be informed in early and he comes and see the tears you are crying.
Government etudduukirira kubanga twasigaliddewo awo na sitina ke tulina mali yonna yayidde neggwawo.
The area leaders have called for a meeting to find ways of helping those affected.
The Electoral Commission has confirmed the nominated candidates in the LUWERO by-election and officially announced the start of campaign meetings. These begin today and end on the 20th of May 2014. The police and the Electoral Commission have warned candidates to follow the guidelines and laws that guide by-elections.
Campaign meetings shall not be held within 24 hours before polling day, and the Commission shall ensure that adequate security is provided for candidates and their supporters at the campaign meetings. These campaigns, which start today, will end 24 hours before the polling day.
Filling the vacancies for the District 2-man Member of Parliament and filling of vacancies in the local governments will cost about 450 million.
We want to create a very free and safe environment to enable these campaigns move smoothly. Already there is a harmonized program on how the electoral process has to go.
Now, recently the High Court ruled in favor of the Electoral Commission on whether some political parties should be deregistered. The Electoral Commission has confirmed the deregistration of 10 political parties out of the 39 in the country. And these include Action Party, Bridge Party, Movement for Democratic Change, Movement Volunteer Mobilizers Organization, National Redemption Party, New Order Democracy, People's Independent Party, Progressive Alliance Party Reform, and Uganda Mandate Party.
Followed the failure by the above parties to comply with the provisions of the Political Parties and Organizations Act 2005 as amended in respect of the following. 1. Their failure to submit annual audited accounts for the years ending December 2005, failure to hold a delegates conference to elect executive members as required, failure to submit declaration of assets and liabilities for the years ending 205, 206, 207, 208, 9, 10, and 11.
Cabinet has approved a proposal by the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to borrow funds to improve infrastructure and social services in Uganda. The funds will be invested in rolling out of development infrastructure and social services under the Albertine Region Sustainable Development Project. $145 million will be set aside. $145 million will be set aside for this region, while $175 million will be borrowed to expand and improve infrastructure in Kampala City. The funds will be borrowed from the World Bank.
Cabinet approved a proposal by the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to borrow funds for infrastructure and social services in Uganda's Albertine region. The authorization by Cabinet allowed Minister of Finance to borrow the funds will be followed with seeking final approval from Parliament as provided for under Article 159 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. The amount Cabinet has approved for borrowing is $145 million from the International Development Association of the World Bank Group. Cabinet further approved borrowing of $175 million for expanding and improving infrastructure in Kampala City. The project is intended to improve service delivery in Kampala with enhanced focus on upgrading and expanding the road network in the city.
Let's take a break now. We return shortly. Stay with us.
Showgas, clean, safe, user-friendly with distinct features that assist the customer smell any leaks. Gas and cylinders now available at all points of sale at an affordable price.
No matter what happens to your car, we will always come to your rescue with our motor insurance cover. We are behind you all the way. Insurance Company of East Africa, ICEA, standing by you.
Power theft can not only cause destruction of properties and power outages, but can also lead to death. Speak up and report power theft. It's a crime and affects everyone. Let's unite against power theft and save lives.
Welcome back from the break. We continue with some international news. A Boko Haram attack has killed hundreds in Nigeria's northeast as police offered $300,000 for more information, leading to the rescue of more than 200 schoolgirls held hostage by the armed group.
The latest attack reported yesterday targeted the towns of Gamboru Ngala on the border of Cameroon, where gunmen earlier this week razed scores of buildings and fired on civilians as they tried to flee. Area Senator Ahmed Zana put the death toll at 300 in an account supported by numerous residents. Zana said the town had been left unguarded because soldiers based there had been redeployed north towards Lake Chad in an effort to rescue more than 200 girls kidnapped by Boko Haram on April 14th. The mass abduction has sparked global outrage and offers of help from the United States, Britain, France and China. Elsewhere, South Africa's ruling African National Congress has taken a clear lead in the country's general elections. Results released by the Independent Electoral Commission show that ANC is leading with 59.7% of the vote after about a third of the ballots were counted. ANC is followed by Democratic Alliance, 26.7%, and Economic Freedom Fighters, led by former ANC member Julius Malema, in a third place with 4.3%.
Our reports from Kasese indicate that River Nyamwamba has burst its banks once again, causing severe floods. An early morning downpour sparked off the floods at about 9 a.m., paralyzing work at Kilembe Hospital. Police is currently engaged in rescue operations at the flooded hospital, and reinforcements have been called in from Bwera. Last year, this same river burst its banks and 8 people died. We have our correspondent Stephen Kaliasia on the line from Kasese.
River which passes through Kilembe Valley, downtown Kasese, is hitting its banks and is bursting into the hospital. Patients are being evacuated from the hospital and taken to health centers in town. One of them is the Bishop Sereka, and another one is the St. Paul's Health Center, and then Kasi Municipal Health Center 4. So at 9 a.m., the river started swelling. By 11, the waters were increasing. Police is engaged in rescuing the people. The communities are actually being told to move up hills on the mountains so that they can be safe there. So the situation is completely very, very tense. And I am told right now that also another river in the west, which is Nyamugasani River, and then Mubuku River, which is on the east of Nyamwamba, is also bursting its banks. And these rivers equally actually flooded the other time. So the situation is back to the way it was last year. So I'm not sure yet of how many people are dead or injured, but police is investigating. There were information earlier that some two women were trying to cross Nyamwamba to the hill, and I don't know whether they managed to cross. So police is still investigating because it has actually called in enforcement from Bwera, from Katunguru, from Fort Portal as well to come and save the situation. So the situation here is actually not good, and some officials are calling upon government to come in, like the Minister of Disaster, to come and save the situation.
Now we take a look at international sport. Manchester City took a giant stride towards their second Premier League title in 3 years as the second half route of Aston Villa moved them top of the table with 1 game left to play.
Manchester City are a step away from becoming champions after beating Aston Villa 4-0 in their penultimate game of the season to move 2 points clear of Liverpool. It was a nervy night at the Etihad Stadium as City failed to break down their spirited opponents in the first half, and Villa threatened sporadically on the counter-attack, but Edin Dzeko struck twice after the interval to set them on their way to glory. He slotted in the opener on 64 minutes from a low Pablo Zabaleta cross.
Manchester City's patience pays off!
And tucked away another close-range finish 8 minutes later after Brad Guzan had saved from Samir Nasri.
Again. Same formula, same result, 2-0, Edin Dzeko on the spot!
Substitute Stefan Jovetic added a third in the 89th minute, and there was still time for Yaya Toure to score City's 100th goal of the season after a blistering run from his own half as Manuel Pellegrini's side moved to the brink of a second title in 3 years.
This is typical Toure, and that is the 100th goal that Manchester City have scored in the Premier League this season. It had to be Toure. The big man just powers his way through again.
It's not an easy game. Of course, we know that we have to win here at home if we want to continue depending on what we can do in the future. But I think that the team played very, very well the whole match. In the 90 minutes, we are very patient in the first half. Then they have not just one chance to score in our goal. We prepare, we are patient, we are absolutely sure that it's not easy to play against a team with 10 defenders and a team that is used to defend very well.
It was a tough, hard game. We ran a lot, I think, whole team, and now we have to rest a few days and then to take it more than seriously the last game, because it will be tough like today, and we'll do our best. And I want to say again thanks to our fans, and I hope they will be as good as today, Sunday.
That's all we had for you on NTV at 1. Thank you for joining us.
Born on the 1st of June in 1937, Morgan Freeman is one of the contemporary screen's most accomplished supporting players and lead characters. He is a driven man with an amazing talent as an actor, which fans across the globe and the media alike have come to admire.
Let's not dwell on my youthful offenses, Mrs. Cubic. What do you want?
His career surely is one that can be dwelled upon. Morgan has brought dignity as well as brilliance to a wide array of movie roles. His trademark aura of quiet strength and calm to his insistent dignity has made him become one of the most sought-after and respected actors in Hollywood.
Justice is the justice, as military music is the music, Mrs. Cubic.
It's so fun to see Morgan play a really crotchety, bitter, cynical character, because everyone knows about the poise and the innate elegance that always illuminates the screen in his movies. So it's nice to see you be cratty.
Long before today's moviegoers knew his face, he was entertaining children on the small screen as Easy Reader on the popular US television series The Electric Company. After considerable stage and TV experience, he made his film debut in the light-hearted children's film Who Says I Can't Ride a Rainbow in 1971. Morgan stunned movie audiences in 1987 with a Best Supporting Actor Academy Award nomination for his role as a vicious pimp in Street Smart. Morgan has been one of the few African-American actors to play roles not specifically written for African-Americans, as evidence in his follow-up films such as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where he played Robin's sidekick. In 1993, he demonstrated his skills on the other side of the camera, making his directorial debut with Beaupart. The following year, he received a third Oscar nomination in the prison drama The Shawshank Redemption. His career was